I got to kind of know about Little Chuck, because it's always interested me how someone ends up doing what they're doing.
I just picture you beating everybody up as a kid.
I picture the opposite.
I fought a lot actually growing up.
Did you?
I remember, I think in my book I wrote about a fight we got into, and these guys were bragging, I'm 18-0 in the street, I'm 23-0 in the street. I'm thinking, was that the last month?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Is that something that's supposed to scare me? Like,
yeah, right.
That's funny. Yeah. Like, that's all the fights you've had? Like, what are you, 22? Like, get really? But yeah, no, I grew up, like, I always tell the story, like, when I was a kid, I was getting beat up at school, and they were taking my lunch money. Really, it's kind of funny. They were taking my lunch money, and kids were, like, picking on me because my mom told me I wasn't allowed to hit people. I wasn't allowed to fight.
Oh.
And so I wouldn't fight. And actually, the nice thing about principals back then is the principal actually called my mom to school and said, because he asked me, why don't you defend yourself? And I told him, and he brought her in and he told her, he's like, hey, I like what you're doing with the nonviolence thing, but if you don't let your kid defend himself, I can't watch him every minute.
Sure,
he's getting beat up a lot. And so she got it, which is kind of nice having a principal actually come and tell her, he's got to defend himself. But sometimes you got at some point you just have to, because people bullies pick on people. Mm-hmm. They pick on people. They go after people that aren't going to fight back, right? I mean, and so she told me, she came to me, said, okay, you can't start a fight, but you can finish it.
Okay.
And started fighting, and became pretty good at it.
And now we have Chuck Liddell,
UFC Hall of Famer.
Yeah, dude.
So, but then I got into, so I was now getting offended. So I was fighting, and people don't pick on me anymore. And then I started. But I think I grew a big thing for not. I love fighting, and I hated people picking on people.
Yeah.
So it made for a lot of opportunities to fight.
Yeah.
Hey, you got people come up, hey man, he don't want to fight you, bro. But I do. And they go, I got a problem with you, man. Yeah, you kind of do now.
I can't imagine.
I kind of figured it out right about 21, 22. I'm like, I always said I never started a fight.
Yeah.
But I never let you out of it too easy either.
Right.
and about 21, 22, I kind of figured, like, hey, I can still break it up, get in there, stop this guy from doing that, and give him some outs.
Right.
Give me easy way to kind of back away and just let it go.
Sure.
So, because it just wasn't worth it. One, most of those guys weren't much of a challenge.
Right.
and two, those are the guys that they start something, they hit you, or they throw a punch at you, and then you drop them, and they call the cops.
Right.
It happened. I don't know how many times I've seen that. I'm like, I remember one time I'm behind the bar. We're out there. Some guy, I'm watching this big dude getting chased by this little guy. I'm going, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
The guy's going, yelling at me. He's like, leave me alone. He kept trying to walk away. Finally, the little guy hits him in the back of the head. He turned around and goes, just out. He wakes up, goes and gets the cops, and is trying to look for the other guy. I'm like, I told the cops, come here. He's like, let me explain what happened.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay, we'll let it go. We'll just say forgot about it. But it was like, that's why I stopped doing that.
Right.